Hey everybody, Matthew Clinkenbeard here again. I'm still in Nashville, but I'm showing you a different Logsdon audio product. This is called the Regulator 258, which is kind of his version of the power brick type power supplies. Now that being said, I have to make one big disclaimer before I go forward, which is that this is not how this was intended to be used by the manufacturer. It's not exactly like size-wise, it's not really a drop-in replacement for something like a Voodoo Lab if you're putting it under something like this. You can kind of see here it's a little bit shorter, so you can't use the standard mounting brackets, or if you can, I guess you'd have to get kind of creative. So for the time being, I have this zip tied in here. I did this kind of quickly in between some gigs, and I didn't really have a whole lot of time to make it look pretty. But that being said, this works just fine. I mean, if you get creative, you can use it just in this way I'm using it. But Joe's intention more is that if you were going to put it on top of something where the pedals are, or if you're going to stick it underneath something like a trailer trash or your homemade pedal board or whatever, it's a little more designed for that. But, you know, if you get inventive, you can use it right here too. The power supply goes this way. It's power supply to the wall. So I just have this angled in here. You can get one of these cables that goes at a right angle, and I probably need to do that, but I just haven't gotten around to it. And there's a little on-off switch here, which I don't really use because it's under here, but if you put it on top of something, it's nice to have. But anyway, it's other than that, you know, it's pretty straightforward. We just have 8 DC outputs. Everything is center negative, so just standard. You can think of it like 2 quiet boxes. If you've seen my quiet box video, this is actually quieter than the quiet box, and I will say that I had one of the competitors' power supplies on here, competitors who will not be named, on here before I put this on here, and when I switched it to this, I was really impressed at how quiet it was. I was surprised how noticeable it was, so I'll try to show you that in a minute. The outputs actually aren't isolated because Joe has all sorts of fancy things that I couldn't explain to you that he does to try to get rid of noise in different ways. So don't let the fact that they're not isolated fool you, because it really is very quiet. It's also pretty lightweight, so if you're going to put it underneath something, you know, you can just Velcro it there and it'll hold it just fine. You don't need drill holes or anything. And of course, if you're like me and you're lugging this around everywhere, it's good to lighten the load, because I don't know about you, but I don't have roadies. And Joe also told me to tell you that it has 120 to 250 volt input auto switching. I don't know what that means, but it sounds kind of cool. So anyway, I'm going to plug guitar into this pedal board and just play through a couple sounds and let you hear what it sounds like. I'm going to play my Han Model C and plug into my Magnetone Twilighter. It's got a Royer R121 on it, and it's going into an Apogee interface. I am going to use this, so I'll give this a shout out real quick too. This is another one of Joe's products. This is the power line filter. All this is you just plug it into the wall here, and you plug in your amp here. The one says amp, and you guessed it, you can plug in your pedal boards. The one says pedal board. He sent me this to try it out, and I will say, now that I've been using this for a couple of months, I am starting to really like having this. I don't know about you, but I used to bring a power strip to almost every gig anyway, because you never know what the outlet situation is going to be like and so forth anyway. But instead I've started just bringing this. So in addition to being functioning as a power strip, it also just is supposed to get rid of the noise that's coming from the power from the wall and so forth. So I normally wouldn't use this in a demo video, but I'm going to use it right now because actually I think the outlets in this room have a grounding issue, or maybe in this house, and I need to call an electrician, but I haven't just yet. So I'm going to use this just in an attempt to get rid of some of the extra noise that I've noticed everything sort of has in this room. But I promise you this is quiet everywhere. It's just I'm going to use that too for good measure. So anyway, without any further comment, I'm going to plug this in and just play through a couple things and let you hear it. Thanks for watching.